What up, Dokkanners? Today we're going to be taking on Burst Mode. The newest Burst Mode stage is the JANEMBA Dokkan event. How does Burst Mode work? Basically, it turns any random event into a red zone level threat or beyond based on how many difficulty modifiers you include to just pile on the extra difficulty. So for the sake of the missions, you only have to score as high as 6,000. For the Dragonstone portion, you only have to score as high as 5,500, but we're going to go for the 6,000 point total. There are two categories that they ask you to do. You have to run through this twice, basically, in order to complete all the missions, because you have to do it once to get to 6,000. The other one, you have to bring the other category. So the categories in question are Corroded Body and Mind and Saviors. For my 7,000 plus point run, this is the setup that I did. I'm going to show you how I did my 7,000 plus run. I'm not going to show you that run in the video because that would take a long time. We're going to do a 6,000 point version. Why should you do burst mode? Well, besides the 9 Dragonstones that you can earn, and besides the fact that there's not much else to do right now, you can also earn burst coins and burst coin silver. Regular burst coins can be used to buy songs that you can equip to your profile and various teams. This is the more useless version of the burst coin, but you can go into this little shop here and you can buy whatever you want. I don't particularly care about this sort of thing, but hey, some people do. But the updated reason that they gave, I think like starting from about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point, is the burst coin silvers. The burst coin silvers can be used to purchase equips from the shop for the categories involved in that particular burst mode. So for this one, Saviors and Corroded Body and Mind equips are available for purchase. So depending on how many burst coin silvers you have, you could spend it on whichever category you need the most help for, or if you just want to stockpile them and wait for another burst mode in the future where they drop something for like pure Saiyans, maybe you can save for that. So that is a good enough reason for you to buy this. You can also buy other things in the shop, not just equips. You can also buy Kais. I wouldn't recommend these, but you can buy Kais, hidden potentials, and things like that. So that being said, let me show you my 7,000 plus point setup, and then we will do a 6,000 point run. And this is my setup for the maximum high score. I've only done this once so far. I will probably try this again. So I did Saviors, I did Tech and Physical. If you guys want to copy this, you can. 500 team cost. I turned on all of these. 25% damage reduction, attack and defense. I did not turn on any of the challenge ones. I will probably do that if I want to try to set a higher score. Defense 500%. Added extra health. Extra health. You lose HP when you pick up the opposite orb. If an AGL unit picks up a bunch of green orbs, you're going to lose a bunch of health. So this is what I did, and this is the team that I ran. When it comes to burst mode, getting the maximum score, you are going to need rainbow characters. Sometimes you would even need rainbow versions of the lower versions of the characters. So thankfully here, I didn't have to resort to bringing the SSR Gohan, but this is the team that I did. But now we are going to do a 6,000 point run, and I'm going to do that with a Corroded Body and Mind team. So how you basically want to approach this, besides doing what I just did with the crazy high score, is you want to just trigger everything to its maximum and then dwindle your way down. So we're going to choose Corroded Body and Mind. We're going to choose AGL and Physical. We're going to choose 300 team cost. We're going to turn on all of these. And then after we turn everything on and we see the crazy high score, that's when we're going to start to reduce everything down to the 6,000 point total. I'm not even going to bother with the challenge ones. The challenge ones are honestly just for the sake of challenge. You get minimal points, but you maximize the conditions like crazy. Okay, so this is what we've got. 7,010. We have 1,000 points that we can reduce. So what I'm first going to do is I'm first going to open up the team cost a little bit. Corroded Body and Mind is not the most generous category. There aren't too many characters that are good. We're probably going to have to use some LRs, so I'm going to choose the 500 team cost. Then my next goal is to target attack. I don't want the JANEMBA to hit very hard. The softer the JANEMBA hits, the safer I am. So I'm lowering attack there. There was an attack bonus up here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. We're at 6580. Health. We could honestly reduce the health. Yeah, I'm going to reduce the health. That's a lot of health. Let's do that. And I think we've taken care of all of the attack. Now I'm going to get rid of the damage issues. So right now, AGL Physical are what we're bringing. So let's do this. Let's do that. We still have 400 more points to spare. I'm going to minimize damage reduction. I'm going to now target defense. We still have plenty of points to get rid of. So at this point, I think I'll probably go after this. And I'll go after that. And we still have more. So, I mean, when you bring it down to just 6,000, it's pretty straightforward compared to a 7,000 plus point run. I don't think we can actually reduce anymore. Yeah, this is the furthest we can go. All right, so 6,020, I'll take it. So now that we've got all of those parameters set, let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to be doing for a Corroded Body and Mind team. It auto filters for you, so that makes things easier. We are bringing physical and AGL. So the lead for this would be Goku Black Rose or the Janemba. Janemba leads at 170%. So that honestly might be the better move. Actually, doesn't matter. We've lowered everything down, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna bring the Roses. I mean, why not? I'll bring in Ginyu. I'll bring in Janemba. Who else? I could bring in Cooler. We got a lot of, well, actually, no, we don't have too many big bad boss characters. Yeah, you know what? Let's go back. Let's bring in the tech. Let's bring in tech. Okay, so we're gonna have to upgrade the defense just a little bit, just so we can accommodate that. There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna bring tech and physical, because tech allows you to bring this guy, right? This is what we want to be bringing. So let's bring that 180% leader skill. You could go further with this one, but I'm just gonna do that. And then I'll bring Vegeta, I'll bring Goku Black, and Cooler. This should work. Honestly, that should be enough. And then let's go for tech. Where's tech? Janemba. Actually, what's our team cost? We don't even need to go 500 and beyond. Do we? Yes, we do. I don't know how to do math. Yes, we do. 500 or less, I mean. All right, so here's our squad.
All right,
let's do it.
Let's do this.
I'm choosing to go Corroded Body and Mind just because I already completed this with Saviors. So, okay. Since I do have the all allies -3 key thing turned on, I want to be picking up as much key as possible, so we're choosing to go on the right side. And as always, I get shafted on this because I have terrible luck. Speaking of luck, the last 2 rounds of this Dokkan event has a 40% dodging Janemba. I lost 2 runs in a row due to that. So brace yourselves for some very, very, very annoying RNG. All right, so right now we're kind of getting messed up with some board pickups, but it's okay. We're trying to figure out what we're going to be doing with our rotations. I think I'm going to have Tech and Physical Janemba as one rotation, and then I think I'll probably have Goku Black Rose and Goku Black as the other rotation. Vegeta will very easily be able to transform during this fight because there's just a lot going on. This is gonna, well, actually, no, maybe not. I'm so used to the last run. It took a long time to get through this, but since we've toned everything down, there might be a chance that Vegeta just doesn't transform. But that shouldn't even be a problem just because of how weak this guy is compared to what he would be at 7,000 plus. Let me know in the comments what sort of score you guys are targeting. The more points you add on with those difficulty modifiers, the higher the score. The higher the score, the more amount of burst coins you get out of it. Also, let me know in the comments if any one of you guys actually cares about buying songs like in the shop to have on your profiles. Okay. I want the cooler to get stronger, so we'll do this, do that, and we'll do this.
Bestie will take all you can muster.
God, the health going down so much faster. So nice to see this.
How refreshing!
Oh, and you know what's going to make this even easier for this run? We have infinite attack stacking Janembas. Oh, yeah. All right, well, he's maxed out. I do want this guy to stack, so let's do this. I suppose I will... Huh. I want to keep the Goku Blacks together. But now that I remembered that he infinitely stacks attack, maybe... I don't know what I'm going to do. Whatever I do, shouldn't be much of a problem since this is way easier. All right, 25% of the way there. Next is the int version of Janemba. All right, I guess I'm benching. Nah, I'll bench Janemba. Whatever. He may stack attack, but he's not. His defense won't change, so it's not a problem. Once Metal Cooler maxes out on his stat buffing, we'll just get him out of here. Oh, and he's immune. There you go. Didn't even factor that in. I hope there's enough of this int Janemba left for the physical Goku Black to get some hits in, because he needs what, like 5 hits to max out. There's Majin Vegeta. He's on the board, so we could bench him. We have nothing to worry about with him. We got the two Janembas together. Let's pick up all of these. Okay, then we got Janemba. We got that big bad boss connection, so let's do this. And then we'll do this. There should be enough. I think we should be all right. Nice. Okay, well, so much for that. And now we enter the dodging phase, where this dude's got 40% dodge chance. That may not seem like a lot, but it's, well, depending on your luck, it's annoying. Incredibly annoying. Okay, now how many hits does this guy need? For every attack received, 4. He's definitely been hit 4 times. Yeah, he's done. All right, so we can bench him, and we can also use this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Normally I wouldn't do this early, but since we're only at the 6,000 threshold, this is not nearly as much of a challenge. So let's do this. Then for the Goku Brick, how many hits does he need? He needs 5 hits. Okay. We can only give him this much, so we'll do that. And then we'll do this.
Mommy.
Yeah, get used to some dodging. Yep, knew it. Knew it. Do it again. You know, Goku Black may not even max out his stats before we end this run. All right, so if we really want to here, we could transform one and then just have the two Janembas together, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it this way. Let's do that. Let's do this, and then we'll do that. Honestly, you want to keep dodging? That'd be great. My other Janemba could stack. Oh, no, never mind. Rip. All right, final round. This guy's tech. He's also got 40% chance to dodge. Same exact setup. No rainbow key spheres. That's very bad. So we'll put him in slot 1, and then we'll give all of these to Goku Black. And then we'll do this. We could win here if we hit enough. Nah, we won't be able to. This guy didn't pick up any, really. And in situations like this, that's why I encourage you guys to pick up or to minimize the attack buffing modifiers when it comes to this. Two, three. Is it time to transform? Wait, what is this guy's condition to transform? Oh, receive an attack 5 or more times in battle. Oh, that's what it is. I haven't let that happen. All right. Full big bad boss rotation. This should do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a quick, just mini demo with the Savior team, just to show that run. Because I'm sure some people, actually, I feel like most people are probably going to go the route of Saviors, just because of Ultimate Gohan. So I will do a quick little demo with that. I'm probably not gonna do the entire run with them, but we'll do a little bit. All right, so I mean, this guy, he's still not done. Only received 3 hits, but I think we can still keep these guys together. Let's do this. Oh, Dokkan attack. Oh yeah, that's over. That's GG. That's GG.
Time to get serious. Let's go.
I don't really care about using the Dokkan attack. It doesn't matter. It wasn't going to make much of a difference. You should, though. I mean, do as I say, not as I do. Really? Bro! Dude, that was my chance to maximize his passive, and he still didn't do it. He still dodged. We're 4 out of 5. I don't know why I wanted him to get his passive done before we finish this, but it's gonna bother me now that we won't do that. Because we take this next turn. Unless, of course, this guy dodges everything. You know what? Sure, let's do it. All right, so we got both Janembas out here. We got 6 links active. Let's do this. Then we'll do that. And that's a wrap. That is a wrap. Nice. Oh my god. And look at that, we're done. Yay! Corroded body and mind clears. Now, like I said, saviors I think is going to be the more feasible option for some of you, so I want to go over a couple pointers while doing the run. We're not going to do the entire run, but I still want to just show you. So let me set up the saviors team and then we'll run it back real quick. All right, we're at the 7030 setup here. So a couple things to point out for saviors. Yajirobe is actually really good for this, but keep in mind Yajirobe only gets the 70% chance to dodge after receiving the attack. So he is going to get smacked once. But the idea with this dude is that after he gets hit once, he's going to survive a KO attack. So if that one hit that lands is supposed to kill you, you would survive with 1 health. After that, you would then have to dodge everything else, which is RNG. But that's essentially what it's going to take. And then this guy also has the active skill where he could use a Sensu Bean. But then also with the stacking that you're going to be doing throughout the run, especially with the Tech Ultimate Gohan, assuming he's on the following turn, that's going to be a great way to bounce back from the near cataclysmic damage that you would have taken from this guy. So Yajirobe is good. It is going to be RNG heavy, but that's kind of what you're going to have to do. Ultimate Gohan, if you bring his SSR form, that's also going to be a great way to do this because he also has guard. He doesn't have as much ki, and especially if you're going to be having the ki modifier on, that is going to be an issue. So keep that in mind. You could go full Majin Buu Saga, actually. I just don't know if you can go for the 7,000 level for that sort of thing. But if you have like double tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, you're running at 200%, and you don't even have to worry about Pikkon. Pikkon is good for this because number one, he is able to support. He gives all allies ki +3 attack and defense +40% when there's another World Warriors or tournament participant attacking in the same turn. So if you have double Pikkon, then you can give everyone that extra support. But then also when he transforms into forehead mode, he has attacks guaranteed to hit when ki is 24, which is going to be huge against Janemba. Janemba is a problem when he starts dodging like crazy. So let me just show you a little bit of this run. We're not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do a little bit of it just to show, like, especially the Yajirobe part. I'm kind of hoping we can see the Yajirobe like nearly die thing. Let's do that. Let's do that. And we'll do this. Okay, that's the best we're going to get. All right, so here I just want my Gohan to be stacking. Nobody else here really needs to do anything. Also, the Super Easy A Gotenks, 83% chance to dodge if you get 12 ki. So that's the most important thing. Give him that 12 ki so he can have 83% chance to dodge. I also have a backup hit potential of 20. So that would mean, what, 17%, 3.4 more. So that would be 86.4% collective chance to dodge when that condition is met. So let's do this. Oh, here, let me show you. This is one of the big hazards you got to worry about when you're going for like the higher tier runs. Can't be picking up matching orbs. That's another thing. If you're going to be doing the run with that hazard where if you pick up the opposite orb, it hurts you, you can't afford to run a full team of a singular type. Because if you do that, you will eventually come across a situation where you've got so many purple orbs that somebody has to pick them all up and you're in trouble. So you want to have at least 1 or 2 characters of another type just so that you can avoid that problem, because that is a serious one. So Pikkon helps mitigate that because Pikkon can pick up the purple orbs and these tech characters can pick up the red orbs. Once again, all the modifiers are turned on, so I'm back on my 7030 run. So that's why we're doing like no damage here. Okay, so he is attacking in slot 2. So what I want to do here is I want to show the risk with Yajirobe. That should be a good way to end this. Does he have to be in slot 3? No. Oh, as the third attacker in a turn. Yeah, he has to be. He has to be. Okay. Well, let's time skip. Whoa, wait. We should have died there, right? Did we heal because of... I think we did. I think we should have died right there. We survived with the KO. I've actually suddenly lost my patience. I don't feel like doing this anymore. But you get the idea. So Yajirobe is a wild card. He can get you in trouble, but if you get hit once and then you get that 70% chance to dodge, it could get you out of a lot of sticky situations. Let's get out of here. Just like that, all missions complete. Remember, again, you have to run this twice. When you are running this the second time to do the extra category mission, when you go into the modifiers, you have to at least turn on whichever one you're doing. You can't just run through it without it. You got to turn that on. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Let me know in the comments, what score did you get on this burst mode run? How much effort did you put into it? How long did it take you? What is your team setup? What are some other characters that I haven't pointed out in this video? Feel free to share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and I was remember to Dokkan responsibly.